Hello, everybody. You know, Shane McMahon's theme song. Shane McMahon, the best in the world, right? Um. Also, for those that don't follow me on Twitter yet, first off, what's up with that? You should be following me on Twitter at the Ramble underscore WWE. I mean, you don't have to, but I highly advise it. Come on now. All right, thank you. But anyways, over there, I did share that Clackman is no longer going to be part of the show. Nothing, anything wrong he did or whatever. It's his decision. He informed me. He informed me thusly after Crown Jewel that he will no longer be part of Team Ramble or Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Again, he said nothing against me or anybody part of the show. He enjoyed being on it, but he's fed up with WWE and the results of Crown Jewel, and in his opinion, they're not worth his time as in Raw and SmackDown. Which, hey, I understand. That's his opinion. He has the right to it, and he can do whatever he wants. Whether he's going to cancel the network or do whatever else, that's his business. I don't he's going to cancel the network. He's not that. He's not one of those. But, anyways, yeah. So Kleckman no longer part of the show as of now. I don't see him coming back unless WWE gets better. I'm sure then he'll move his way on back if he wants to. But we're still friends. We still talk about other things now. Um, So yeah, I just wanted to share that on the top of this episode because there's someone out there wondering about that because Clackman has been a regular here for a little bit of while. He was my for now co-host because Kyron was going getting settled in for college, and we didn't know when he would be able to jump on. Still don't know because college stuff. Keep focused on that school. Um, I mean, college is expensive. We got to keep focused. I learned that the hard way and then learn from it. But anyways, yeah. So Clackman won't be part of the show moving forward. Still in contact with him, but I guess that's just how that will be moving forward. So I guess, in a sense, I'm looking for a new co-host, along with me that would be able to be on here every single week. Kyron, Mark Rambo, and Raunchy Markey, the main members of Team Ramble here, they're sporadically being able to be on because of their schedules. Hopefully, in time, we'll have them all together. Maybe in the next week, prediction show. Maybe we'll have the band back together, the Familia. It'd be nice to have my wrestling Familia back together to talk Survivor Series. Whether they're pumped for it or they're not looking forward to it at all. Whatever their ranges of interest in Survivor Series, it would be great to have all of them, the whole team back. Raunchy Mikey, Kyron Chase, and also Mr. Marco Rambo. Love to have those dudes back on the show for the amount of time they would be next week. But hey, let's talk about this week. Let's talk about Crown Jewel. Let's talk about Raw and SmackDown. Let's talk about Survivor Series because we just came out Crown Jewel this past Friday of last week. It feels like it's been weeks ago in a sense, but it was the day after last week's episode. So it's part of the review here now. And as I said, part of my little boycott or that thereof, or lack thereof, was that I wasn't going to title any of my videos last week's Thursday episode or this week's podcast episode with the words Crown Jewel. Though I did, as you see in the title of this one, have Shane McMahon part of it, but not the actual words Crown Jewel. I did, though, do a live stream for the show, so again, how much I really boycott. But just for me, I just wanted to do it that way. Whether it sounds weird or dumb, I did it that way because I wanted to have send a little message to WWE in their decision, but more so for myself, I didn't want to cover it just because, oh, look, I'm going to get all these views because of a video that's entitled Crown Jewel or something like that. Again, yes, I did the live stream, but, my podcast episodes and this and that, right? So I wasn't trying to use Crown Jewel or use the situation because that would be very insensitive of me, many reasons, not just the obvious one, to do that for my podcast. So, but hey, I'm back here now. We are still going to talk about Crown Jewel here tonight, but I'm not putting it in the title. But I'm looking forward to Survivor Series. For those that watch here religiously or at all, No, I am that dude, that guy that likes multi-superstar matches. And also, I am that guy within the WWE universe that likes this Raw versus SmackDown stuff. So there is no trophy or actual tangible winnings for Raw or SmackDown Live, like draft picks or this and that, for winning for Survivor Series, for which brand has brand supremacy. It's just bragging rights, which, by the way, used to be a pay-per-view itself, WWE bragging rights. But with Survivor Series, I do enjoy the Raw vs. SmackDown Live aspect, and we'll miss it when it is gone in a couple years or whenever that will actually happen. Though I was thinking, as in Raw vs. Survivor Series, when it's Raw vs. SmackDown, and whenever they decide to end, like finally end this brand extension, this version of the brand extension, 2016 to 2020 or whatever it ends, that edition of the brand extension, whenever that ends, my idea, beyond WrestleMania or SummerSlam, the big shows, pun not intended, to have titles combined with the champions facing each other, maybe Survivor Series would be a good pay-per-view to have the brand extension totally dissolved then, and you have your champions battle each other to unify the championships. Tag team and women's there. And since the men's as well. We still keep the IC and Intercontinental Championships to make our titles. We might have a women's tag team title coming up soon. That can be for all. Maybe they're waiting to announce that and have that a reality when the brand extension is no longer a reality. Because I know everybody's been talking about, well, if you're going to have women's tag team championships, you can't have them for Raw and SmackDown Live. That'd be for the entire WWE. Could also include NXT superstars and women's superstar tag teams there, and have the champion be able to go on all the shows to defend it, or get challengers from all the other shows as well. If you're watching live, let me know what you think. But I just think maybe Survivor Series would be a good point, a good place, a good pay-per-view to have the title matches, champion versus champion, but for unifying the titles and making the money. When the brand extension does end and we go back to just have each other there. Whether that's going to be late next year with SmackDown Live going to Fox Sports 1, and otherwise, and what Fox wants to do with SmackDown and make it a good show and try to make it its own. We're trying to make it the A show as much as we can. So hopefully that could be the case, and hopefully SmackDown Live can do well. Sorry, I just wanted to close the door. Music playing, copyright. Like I said, Clackman's not here this week. Hopefully, any member of my team will be able to make it. And hopefully next week, people are able to make it in the chat when we talk Survivor Series. I wanted to try this whole, I forgot, was it premium or preview or whatever it is that YouTubers are now using to promote videos and have a live stream for it, or Premiere, I think it's called Premiere. I might try that for one video that I'm actually been preparing. And still will take a little bit while to prepare, talking about my personality, talk about a little bit about anxiety, about my, let's just call them, flirting tactics and all that other sort of stuff that I, may wish to talk about. But, yeah, that would be kind of cool. I mean, Survivor Series, that'd be the event that we have those titles combined and the champions facing each other one-on-one to unify the championships. I think that would be, it'd be pretty cool, actually, to be quite honest. It certainly would be interesting to me for many different reasons, for sure. But Crown Jewel was a show. It happened, and it certainly was interesting, entertaining in ways. You had Shane McMahon win Best in the World tournament to be crowned Best in the World Cup, actually, the World Cup. The finals ended up being The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. I predicted Miz and Seth Rollins in the finals, but people would be. The Ohio boys in there. You only need, Dean Ambrose make it a triple threat. Have all guys from Ohio. But either way, The Miz got injured, and Shane McMahon took his spot. They were going to have him forfeit, but Shane wasn't having any of that, to the delight of the crowd. I don't know, they're like aggressive authority figures. Anyways, also was ironic. Shane McMahon's music, was playing for so long because he won the World Cup and best in the world and all that jazz, and his music was playing for a very long time until we finally left. And oh, dang it, sorry. Anyways, we were just thinking a theme song, which is awesome. Here Comes the Money. It was just too ironic to me with that being, played there at that show. I mean, I know not to them, but to me, just watching it's like, oh, this is kind of ironic with Shane McMahon's theme song being played there in front of the Saudi King in regards to this event that is Crown Jewel that's actually still to happen for this year at least, contractual obligation. So that's just a little thing, whether their intent was that or not, probably not, but still, just a little ironic with me, specifically with that. Brock Lesnar squashing Braun Strowman, becoming the new Universal Champion again. Will he hold the WrestleMania? How long will this title reign go? I don't know. But it certainly will be interesting to see where it goes. Excuse me. From what we saw from Monday Night Raw, Drew McIntyre could be the one that could be dethroning Brock. Or do they do this in this way, where I was thinking that you have Braun Strowman win the championship, whether at Royal Rumble or in the Elimination Chamber or whatever pay-per-view, Fastlane, and then have Drew McIntyre take it off of Strowman, because you have that history now, in a sense, with Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. They were part of the team and they split up. But remember, after Braun had that nice little shout out to Roman Reigns during his promo that week when Roman announced his real situation, when he turned around and leave, he ate a Claymore kick from McIntyre, so McIntyre's not finished with him. And you can pick that up months later when Braun wins the championship from Brock, and you already, at that point, been building up, if that's the plan, Drew McIntyre. It was just, at the moment, though, I was kind of pissed and upset with Kurt Angle tapping out to his own ankle lock. Like, really? I mean, more so, less of actual Kurt Angle doing it. I mean, it's a scripted match, but the booking decision of that happened, like, right when it happened, because I'm a big fan of Kurt's, and seeing that, it's like, seriously, that's the way you're going to lose? But then, you sat back, thought about it, or I did. It's like, well, this is probably Kurt wanting to put him over. And not only being okay with putting him over, but maybe even suggested that be the finish. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I'm sure Chris was fine with it. Him being there as a veteran, putting over the young star. Now, it didn't happen with the first iteration of Drew McIntyre when he was in WWE. Supposed to be the chosen one, and the future champion, and this and that. But this Drew McIntyre, this new improved Drew McIntyre character, and I'm sure even person, coming back to WWE, gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it rock this time. And I hope he does leave WrestleMania, because that's what I think he's gonna be winning the title, whether it's from Braun Strowman or Brock Lesnar. I see Drew McIntyre becoming the Universal Champion of WrestleMania, no matter who he faces. That's where I see that one going, moving forward. That's where moving forward to next Sunday already. Like, next week is going to be our prediction episode. We're doing another prediction episode again. I feel like we're doing these right in a row. But another prediction episode for Survivor Series. And the match cards are pretty much up. We have going to have the Survivor Series elimination style match with tag team, with women, and with the men. All I have to say with Monday Night Raw and Alexa Bliss being the captain coming out there, she did look great in that managerial outfit. I'm going to say that and leave that to be. Baron Corbin announcing he's going to be the captain, and Alexa Bliss is the captain for the women to pick the team there. But Baron Corbin, the captain for the Raw men's team, but he won't be part of the match because managerial duty won't allow him to, but he'll still pick the team. Now, as for the SmackDown side for the men and women, they're part of the match. Their captains are part of the match. So I guess you have that little difference between Raw and SmackDown Live. But either way, I'm trying to look forward to what we're going to have in regards to this. Like, more so for the tag team one. Like, who are we going to have part of those teams? Like, trying to really scrape the bottom of the barrel in a sense. And they're all professionals, great athletes, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't be in WWE if you weren't, but you're a jobber. But, who are they going to find for Raw and SmackDown Live in the tag team division to have part of a tag team elimination style Survivor Series match? Then you have champion versus champion, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. You have new Raw Tag Team Champions, AOP, who did defeat Seth Rollins on Raw. You have the new Raw Tag Team Champion, AOP, facing off against Tag Team Champions, The Bar. You have AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. So you have the champion versus champion matches. And then you'll have the Survivor Series ones. Now, 2 years ago in 2016, you had the champions actually part of the original Survivor Series match. AJ Styles and Kevin Owens at the time. But now AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar will be facing for the second year in a row at Survivor Series. Champion versus champion. Brock Lesnar won last year. I'm thinking AJ Styles to get the W here this year, but obviously we'll certainly see. And also, right now, I'm just want to see if any of my team members are able to join me since they're busy. I know that Mark Ramble has work. But either way, let's just move on to, like I said, Raw, SmackDown certainly were interesting episodes this week. I know that it's certainly will be interesting to see how things move forward for WWE. And heading into Survivor Series next week, been going home shows and finishing up the teams for the women, for all of them, really. I mean, the tag team one we just have on Raw, the New Day Usos. We don't have any of the other tag teams, none on the Raw side. So next week, the go home show, we're just gonna have to announce who are all on the Raw side, because why not? And as for the men and women's teams, for both sides, Raw and SmackDown. I'm looking forward to finding. I would really want to see Zelina Vega and Mandy Rose part of the SmackDown team. That would be awesome. I think you have Carmella and Mandy Rose both on the same team. Do have to handle there. And then as for Raw and the men's team, specifically with Daniel Bryan, is he leaving the team? Is he just was fed up for the night or whatever? Like, what's going on there? Daniel Bryan giving up his spot, wants to give it to somebody else. I don't know what's going on with Daniel Bryan. And maybe it was what happened on SmackDown Live. Is maybe a continuing punishment for Daniel Bryan. Like, he was supposed to be part of the Survivor Series team, but maybe it'll be announced on Twitter next Tuesday before the show, or just announced during the show in the opening segment, since they're back to being actually truly live, being back in the States, to go home and show the Survivor Series that he's not going to be part of the match. Somewhat of a punishment, like WWE's punishment to Daniel Bryan for not going to Saudi Arabia after he was booked and promoted heavily for his title match against AJ Styles. So yes, I don't think he was going to win the title, but still. And when they booked him in the way that they have in the last couple of weeks, heading into Crown Jewel, they didn't believe that Daniel Bryan was going to be going to Saudi Arabia. But we'll see next week if that's the case. And if that's the case, I'd love to see Andrade Cien Almas. Just like I talked about with the women's side for SmackDown, Zelina Vega. Good to see Andrade Cien Almas part of SmackDown Live's men's team in regards to Survivor Series, the traditional Survivor Series match. But the men's match, Raw versus SmackDown Live. But coming right off an event, off of two events, really, you had the women's show with Evolution. Then you had right away next week Crown Jewel on that Friday. That's Friday. And now, a couple of weeks later, you're going to have WWE Survivor Series. So you only had really two shows for Raw and SmackDown, 2 weeks to create the card, storylines and otherwise. And then I was going to say showcase or promote or whatever the superstars in the matches to be your go home. Not only is it rushed, it's only going to be interesting to see who they're going to have for these teams. Again, I'm looking forward to it just on its basis of the Survivor Series elimination match and the Survivor Series matchup for all of them. Yes, even the tag team one, whether that one gets pushed to the pre-show, whatever. I'm looking forward to them all in their own respect, and their own reasons. I think the one that I'm looking forward to the most, honestly, is the women's one. Not because they're beautiful women, but more so that I think they definitely can steal the show. And they certainly have in the past pay-per-view events. I think they're going to do it again. We get the Survivor Series, and I'm looking forward to seeing them shine like diamonds they are. As Survivor Series versus SmackDown Live. And I know Kyron and Clackman themselves weren't too happy with Shane winning, but hopefully they see my side where the bigger picture of why Shane McMahon won the World Cup and crowned best in the world. I do think it has long-lasting effects. I do think not just for Survivor Series, but heading all the way to WrestleMania could be part of his story arc going to WrestleMania himself. Which, by the way, I'm still trying to see if they're able to help me out. And I'm trying to help myself out to be able to go to WrestleMania in New York next April. April is the best month. That is my birthday month. So it'd be always cool one of these years to attend a WrestleMania to have like an early birthday celebration in the first, opening week of the month or opening day, whatever it is. On my birthday month that ends with my birthday then specifically, but I am also wanting to see. Sorry, I'm just checking my Twitter, seeing if my team members are able to join in tonight. Probably not. I know they're busy with school, work, and work. So, or work, school, and work. Put it that way. But either way, let me see here what else to really talk about. Not too much really news. Hulk Hogan is the host of Crown Jewel, so that was reality. Cool to always hear that real American theme song. Yeah, I'm out there to say a few words and just leave, and he never came back because sometimes they do try out the host of WrestleMania more than just once. But that wasn't the case with Hogan and Crown Jewel. Well, to me, that's fine and dandy. But yeah, I'm just trying to wait and see if any of them are able to join here. And then not too much else really to talk about here. As regards to Raw, SmackDown, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, like I said, I'm looking forward to. To the matches. They're actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up the card for Survivor Series. I do have that now bookmarked. Website WWE.com. In regards to the show Survivor Series and the matches there. Let's see here what we have for the we have a cruiserweight title match as well. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. That will certainly be interesting. In his own right. Let's see here for the Intercontinental Champion and U.S. Champion. We have Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. For the women's one, we only have the SmackDown Live side because on Raw we were supposed to. But as for the women's one, we just have Carmella, Asuka, Naomi, and Sonya Deville announced on the SmackDown Live side. So that's 4 out of the 5. So only one spot left. We might have like a Mandy Rose versus Charlotte, or Mandy Rose versus Selena Vega, maybe even. for the last and final spot. And that one, I'm like, which one would I want to win? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing both of them wrestle because they're both on it and stuff like that. But then for the Raw side, they were supposed to have the winner of the Riot Squad versus Bayley, Sasha, and Natty match this past Raw. The winning team being part of the Raw team for the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match, elimination match. So, and then for the men's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match for Monday Night Raw, we have Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. And for SmackDown Live, we already have our team. Because I am hashtag Team Blue. SmackDown Live. Through and through. Anyways, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio Jr., Daniel Bryan, The Miz, and Samoa Joe. I don't know if Daniel Bryan's going to be pulled for, again, part of the punishment or not, in regards to Crown Jewel in that situation. But as of right now, he's part of it. If he's not, hopefully they put Cien Almas in there. And then for the tag team, all we see is for the SmackDown side, the New Day and the Usos. I'm trying to think of even 5 teams total on SmackDown Live to be part of it. You know what I mean? But either way, that's how that's looking. We have, like I said, AOP versus The Bar. Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch. Well, that's certainly going to be good matches in its own right. Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles probably will be the main event. Or not. Maybe the men's traditional one or the women's. One of the traditional Survivor Series matches, since we are at, or will be at Survivor Series. Not me personally, but I mean, we'll be watching that show on our television screens or Kindle Fires or laptops or whatever. You'll be watching on your own devices. But either way, it's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it, definitely. It's certainly going to be very good, interesting. Very crazy in its own right. Plus, we're going to have a cruiserweight title match on top of it. Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali. That's going to be a barn burner in its own right. So Survivor Series is shaping up to be well, even though it's quote-unquote thrown together because they only have 2 weeks to build this thing. That is what it is, right? They're doing what they have, and I think they're doing at least all right with it. And could they do better? Sure, but that's with anything. But overall, I certainly think Survivor Series is shaping up to be an entertaining show there. I know a couple of people that are actually going to be there live and in living color for that show. Yeah, excuse me. So it will be interesting and fun to find out how that all goes down and get to that point. Sorry, checking out. You're welcome to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram at TBK_06. Just need to promote that while I'm actually on it here for a couple of seconds. But with that all being said, like I said, I don't think there's too much else I need to speak on. Like I said, I hope I have my team back next week, all of us together, to talk Survivor Series in depth and predict the show. So that's going to be a barn burner of a show. Like I said, Clackman is no longer part of the show. He decided to part ways. Part ways amicably, I guess you can put it, is a corporate spin, but it was, his decision. He doesn't want, give WWE his time because he was very disappointed. In many ways, he didn't have high expectations for Crown Jewel, just Shane McMahon winning that, and Braun getting smashed and crushed by Brock. I'm sure other things. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, so we look forward. So it will be interesting to see. Sorry, I was watching them. But yeah, either way, I think that'll But I guess that'll be done with me. Like I said, hope to see them next week. Hope to see you as well. That'll be a fun episode. Subscribe, ring the bell, do all that other stuff. as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. And above all else, as always, take care.